Hi everyone, welcome to CodeTav Management. So we have created new playlist which is about the Spring Core. So here our main topic is why Spring framework is so much popular in the Java world, right? And we will also cover the other topics as well, like what is a framework, then what is the Spring framework. So these basic topics we will cover today. So the first of all, why the Spring framework? So we have various frameworks in Java, right? So among them, Spring framework is most popular out of them. So other common used frameworks are like, you know, so those are like struts, JSF, right? And any other framework you can comment down as well. So among them, Spring is mostly used and it's dominated now. So we will understand why it is. So the first of all, you need to know what is the framework. So the framework is basically the special type of software that is built on top of other technologies. So it has the ability to generate the most commonly used logics automatically, right? So for that reason, we need to write the logics for that, which are commonly used. So it will be beneficial for us. It will be helpful for us to reduce the times need to develop those logics, right? So it also provides the abstraction on other technologies to simplify the application or the software development. So for the simplification, framework plays a huge role, right? So like Spring, JSF, Struts, these kinds of frameworks are there already. So those are created based on servlet, JSP technologies. And also the Spring JDBC module created on top of the Spring and JDBC technology. Okay. So for that reason, uh, this framework is very much important to us. But note that there are technologies, there are programming languages, and there are frameworks. So if I will demonstrate you like technologies, those are like JSP, servlet, right? Then you can say JDBC. Okay, these are the Java technologies. Okay, and programming language, this is here Java. And then comes the frameworks, right? So frameworks are like Spring, then JSF, then Struts. Okay, so this with the help of the programming languages on the top of technologies, frameworks are being created. You got my point? Okay. So what is the Spring framework in Java? So Spring framework is basically special type of lightweight open software. Okay, open source software, which is built on top of these servlets, this technology, servlet and JSP. Okay. So it is used to develop a complete Java application without letting the developers worry about frequently used logics. So they need not to write those common logics. And with the help of those annotations or something, they can develop easily. So it provides basic functionality for supporting all kinds of feature development or something, application development. So you can say as that Spring handles the basic infrastructure. So as a developer, you needs to focus on your application's business logic only. Okay. So with the help of those technologies, we will create that framework. So that framework is already in our hand. So for the common business logics or something, we used as annotations there. And we need to focus as a developer, we need to focus mainly on the business logics, right? So in this way, Spring Framework helps us. So then why Spring Framework so popular? Okay, so I have told you that there are so many features, so many points. That's why it's popular. So the first one is it's lightweight. So what is the lightweight? So Spring dominated the lightweight feature, and there was a EJB. EJB was there. So EJB was heavyweight, but Spring is the lightweight. That's why that Spring dominated the EJB. Okay. The next one is open source. You know, right? What are the open source projects or something? So in the same way, this is open source software. So it's easily installable. So adapted by industry very quickly. Then modular architecture, or you can say as modularity. Okay. So modular architecture means it has multiple modules. So we can use each module independently as per our requirement or the business requirement. We can use the required modules only. Then easy to develop application. So as I mentioned already that frequently we use some functionalities. So it has already some built-in functionalities by default. So the developer needs to focus on the application's business logic only. Then first development. So first development means the Spring Framework modeled on the basis of the real-time use cases. So developing project become very fast and easy. Then the dependency injection. What is the dependency injection feature? So using the dependency injection feature, we just need to instruct the Spring container when to instantiate which object via some XML or annotations. So we will just instruct the Spring container that when that instantiate which object will require, okay, via XML or annotations, and it creates the object for us. So we don't have to create the objects manually. Dependency injection also promotes loose coupling. Okay, the main feature of this is loose coupling. So we always need some loose coupling features, loose coupling applications. So between those components, coupling is loose, which is very much required in developing some applications or some product. So this dependency injection is there. So then um, uh, interface over class. You know, right? That creation of class is very much cost effective. Okay, but creating interface is low cost. So it provides the good practice, such as programming using the interfaces instead of classes. So it facilitates the developers to develop the enterprise applications using the POJO model programming. So next is uh, easy test. So Spring Test module is there, which provides the support for an easy to test the code. Next is AOP. AOP support is there. So AOP means aspect oriented programming. Okay, aspect oriented programming. So what is it? So it reduces the boilerplate code via the aspect oriented programming. So boilerplate code is the code that repeats across multiple applications or in the multiple ports of the project with no change or very minimal change. Like I'm giving you one example, like common connection preparation logic in the JDBC comes under boilerplate code. Okay, so by applying this aspect-oriented programming, developers can easily and without any flaw, they can integrate the features like logging, security, transaction management into their applications without modifying the primary structure of the code base. Okay, and there is also some backward compatibility. So what it is, so Spring Framework has powerful adherence to backward compatibility. So it ensures that the applications built on the older versions of the framework can flawlessly migrate it to newer versions without severe code changes. So this is the backward compatibility actually. So this behavior makes the developers and organizations more confident to rely on the stability and sustainability of their Spring-based applications. And also, at the last but not the least, like community support. So great community is there, right? So a massive and active community of developers also contributes to the popularity of this Spring framework. So the community provides detailed documentations, tutorials, blogs, some resources. Those makes easier for the developers to learn the framework effectively. And the Spring framework or the Spring community framework means Spring community for that framework also contributes to the improvements, development of the new features for the bug fixes and ensures the framework stays relevant and up to date. Okay, so that's why it's nowadays the companies get target to complete a project in very less time, but without any compromise of the quality. Okay, so that's why this is the best option to use, which is built on top of the Spring framework. Okay. Next, what is the future expectations for the Spring framework's popularity? So I can say, right, the Spring framework continues to develop with the ever-changing landscape of software development. So with the introduction of the new features, ongoing community support, backward compatibility, and the flexibility to developing trends, the framework is expected to maintain its popularity in the Java ecosystem in the future as well. So if you will learn this one, then it will be for long run. So minimum 7 to 8 hours it will be at boom level Spring framework. So is the Spring framework only suitable for large scale enterprise applications? So as the Spring framework is frequently used in the large scale enterprise applications, so its versatility makes it appropriate for the project of various sizes. So developers appreciate its flexibility, making it applicable to a wide range of application types from the small to large, any complicated projects as well. Next is, what is the role of the Spring Boot in the popularity of the Spring framework? Okay, so Spring Boot is the expansion of the Spring framework, and it simplifies the process of building production-ready applications by providing some defaults for application infrastructure and eliminating the need for manual configuration. And it's also easy to use and significantly contributed to the continued popularity of the Spring framework. So that's why it will be popular and it will be at a boom level. I already have said. So just learn the each and every topics of this Spring framework and the Spring Boot, and you will get some benefits from that. Okay, so again we will meet in the next lecture. Till then, just keep learning. Do like, share, subscribe the playlist and all the videos. Okay, with your friends, colleagues, right? So that's all for today. Thanks.